Good morning, church. It's Pastor Mike. In our conversation last night, as we were meeting for our Bible study, we had prayer requests. And one of the prayer requests that we brought up was just the general feeling of frustration and tiredness and feeling worn down by all the things that can be going on in our world. And it feels like there is so much going on. Like we can have a mix of compassion, fatigue for the situations that are going on in the world, as well as fatigue in our own lives and in our own community with things going on. We saw our COVID numbers spike this week after being down to zero, and it can just feel frustrating and defeating, and we can feel like we're out of energy to try again and to start again because all of our work before didn't seem to end where we wanted it to. And it can be easy to lose hope when we feel that way. And somebody described it perfectly in our Bible studies, that feeling of weariness. We just feel weary from doing so much and having so much on our shoulders and feeling like we are responsible for so much. But I, for one, am thankful when I feel weary. And because I feel that way, because it reminds me that just because I feel weary does not mean that God is weary. It's this personal and emotional reminder that I am not God. Because listen to the words of Isaiah in chapter 40 of the book of Isaiah, when he reminds the people just who the God they serve is. He says, "Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is an everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary, and his understanding no one can fathom." Isaiah reminds the people of God, our God is everlasting. He does not grow weary. God does not get tired. God does not lose focus, and God does not forget the details of what he has promised to do. And if that wasn't enough, that we serve a God who can handle everything in the world and still keep his focus solely and perfectly on each one of us, Isaiah goes on, and he reminds us that God isn't just about preserving God's self, but about giving his people what they need too. Because after he says all this, that God does not grow weary, that his understanding no one can fathom, he says this: he gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, young men stumble and fall, but here's the promise of Isaiah's word: those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They'll soar on wings like eagles. Those words for renew their strength in the Hebrew actually mean just like a bird has to molt and grow new feathers so that they can be at full strength. It's that same idea that when we feel like we are just left barren and naked by the wounds of this world and our own weariness and tiredness, God restores our plumage so that we can soar with him. God will give you strength when you feel weary if you call on him and ask for his grace. It's not a conditional promise. It's just those who wait on him, those who look to God for their strength will receive it. Period. So look to God today. It's okay to feel worn out and worn down, but it is not okay to think that we have to marshal our own energy and scrabble back to the top of the hill we just fell down from, as if God was not concerned about what's going on in our lives. We can sit for a moment and cry out to God and be honest and say, God, I am broken down and battered. I am tired and I am weary. God, give me your strength today. And my promise to you, because it is God's promise to you, is that he will answer. So may your strength be renewed today. And may you soar with God above these problems that exist and take the perspective of knowing that our God is an everlasting God, yesterday, today, and forever. God bless you today.